Hi, my name is Betsy Banks Saul. I'm the founder of Heel House Call Veterinarian, but before that, way back in 1995, I started PetFinder.com. The ability to meet shelter pets online forever changed how we all think of homeless pets. But as demand increases and our determinations to match the right pets with the right family increases, the often cumbersome process of adopting can put our pets at risk. Potential adopters are getting frustrated, and they turn then to other sources. Furthermore, with more appropriate data around the adoptions that we make, we could be leveraging more corporate support for animal shelters internationally. Adopets is providing a solution I would have loved to have had at PetFinder, and they're doing it in a way that's been modeled successfully in other industries. This is a company with heart and brains. And with that, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce Archer from Adopets.
Today. Well, talking about beautiful, my name is Arthur. I'm the CEO of Adopets. Thank you. A few years ago, I decided to settle in Boston with my wife. And as any other millennial couple, we said, well, let's adopt a pet before we have a baby. We did that. So we started the process, and quite frankly, it was a bummer. It was a dreadful process that took so much time and so much energy that we almost gave up. Thankfully, we didn't, and we got home with this beautiful albino black lab named Frisco. No, thank you. Well, I did get out of that process with a couple of things in mind. One, it was too time-consuming. It actually took us 3 months to bring Frisco home. It involved a bunch of different emails and phone calls, was inefficient, and really bummer overall. And lastly, it involved a stack of paperwork in that process. I'm not joking. One of the organizations actually asked me if I could fax my application in. I am from the late 80s. I don't know what a fax is. So with that in mind, we started really looking at, well, maybe it's just a niche thing. It's a small industry. There's not a lot of money behind it. So looking at it, we actually got surprised that the pet industry is a $150 billion industry around the world, expected to go over $200 billion by 2025. But that's too big of a universe. Let's look at people with adopted pets. They spend $55 billion every year caring for their pets. And if I look at my peers, the millennials, they're spending $33 billion every year taking care of their pets. And let's bring it back here to the US. We are spending $16 billion every year just on caring and dog walking and food and taking care of our pets. Why can this be better then? Well, we had to look back at the problem itself. First, there are a lot of really great platforms out there doing the pet exposure, pet listing, and I'm sure you saw some of them. You can find adoptable pets, and that's great because it kicks off the process, but does not walk you through the journey of adoption itself. So we went deeper, and we looked at the back end of shelter software. Looking at that, we saw that there is a fragmentation in that space. They are very good at what they're meant to do, which is manage the shelter, not the relationship with the adopter and that process itself. The worst of it all is that when it takes so much time to process an adoption, we are killing 1.5 million animals every single year because they cannot find a home fast enough. Just think about that for a second. Of course, we had to fix that. So Adopets was built to integrate directly with the back end of shelter software. That means that there is no paper trail in between them managing their organization and actually engaging their adopters. On the other hand, adopters can find and adopt their pets through Adopets, which makes the adoption process 75% faster than before. Let me show you guys how it works. Basically, shelters have a pet adoption management system that is integrated directly with their back-end software. They log into their backend, we import all of the information, as well as we push back all of the status changes of these animals and what is happening within the organization. As soon as they have done the integration, all of their animals are now immediately available for adoption anywhere where they serve. And Grumpy is not a reference to Clement, I promise. But once they start the adoption process, they now have the ability to track the entire process, communicate with the organizations that they have, pay their adoption fee, and get home with their new pet. We had to build a really great team to do that, to accomplish this. So we brought together a team that has over 40 years of experience with shelter software, pet insurance, the animal welfare space, and building scalable technologies. We have one goal: to become the pet adoption processing system behind the industry at a global level. And quite frankly, we are on our way there. We are being used in the US, in India, and Australia already. Our consumer app has had over 400,000 searches for adoptable pets, with more than 380,000 pets available to you right now, anywhere in the US. And today, I'm very proud to announce that we are now integrated with the second largest shelter software platform in the world, which means that we'll be able to be processing 500,000 adoptions every single year. Thank you. That's pretty cool. Not only that, it also means that that's about $125 million freaking dollars in adoption fees. Talking about fees, that's how we monetize. We have a fee for every adoption being processed in the system. And that allows us to scale until we reach our point of dealing with the data that we are collecting. Think about this. If we are processing all of the adoptions happening through the system, now we know who is becoming a pet parent, where they are, what kind of pets they are bringing home, and so much more about them, which allows us in the future to be recommending and bringing to them the right product and the right service at the right moments in their life journey. Shelters love us because we make their pet adoption efforts streamlined and simpler. People love us because we make the transition to pet parenthood a lot easier and enjoyable. And you will love us because we have the potential to change a multi-billion-dollar industry at a global level. So come see us tonight, and let's change the world for people and pets together. Thank you.